Hello, everyone. It's time for Touhou 4 Lunatic Survival Qualifiers. I am here with T today and this morning, and we are qualifying to aid in three-legged chair. Hello, T.
Hello.
Yeah,
Guess I'm
very
just
cool.
I guess we'll wait for the stream to get started.
Yeah. So, what do you think about LLS survival?
LS survival's interesting. For the most part, once you learn the game, it's not all that bad. Most of the game is pretty consistent. I think it's common knowledge by now that the most notable parts are the three big RNG checks in stage 4 and stage 5, the two mid bosses, and then rings at the end of stage 5. Otherwise, it's a lot of routing, mostly to manipulate rank.
Indeed, it's a game where rank manipulation is very important. A big key part of it, and how you deal with it defines a lot of the game. Of course, we're going to see two different approaches here. I haven't seen three-legged chair play, and also Dwayne is literally learning the game as we speak. So that will be interesting.
Gosh.
Yeah, I don't know where he was going with that, but all right, it's almost time. And I told the players to go, but where are they?
Let's see.
Hmm.
For a minute.
I told them to start the
I'd
stream.
argue that I'd argue that rank is most volatile in this game than it is in any of the others.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, there you go.
As soon as they start the credit, I'll.
I guess I should have asked this before. How long is this going on for?
1 hour.
Okay.
The timers are very short this year.
Okay, it's probably for the best. It's still enough time.
Yeah, LS is also a
A
very
lot of
short
science
game.
story. Yeah, it's pretty fast. It's nice.
Uh, oh, has Dwayne joined? Yes. Interesting. Okay, Dwayne, start your stream so we can start the timer.
I'm interested in seeing the shots that we used.
Mm-hmm. Go. Everyone go. Oh god, how do I do this with two Discord
Is that right
streams?
now?
Yeah.
Raven and Marissa. Okay, cool.
Let's see how you even begin to do this. Oh my god, how do you even begin to do this? I'm gonna... It's fine, I'll fix it.
Yeah, you're managing to, at the very least, see both. They're both. It seems they're both going for rank minute, which of course. The way rank works in this game, and forgive me if I get any of this wrong, because I'm not entirely too knowledgeable on the specifics. But the way rank works is that it increases based on a couple of factors, most notably being extends, including both score extends and item extends. Score extends being worth more. It'll also go up over time by itself, and it'll also go up based on the clear bonus that you get at the end of each stage. That clear bonusing determines what you get during the stage from any point items you pick up. Some other things I don't remember off the top of my head. So the idea is you want to collect as little point items as possible so that the clear bonus isn't too big at the end of each stage. Spawn in any item extends so that they drop and fall off the screen, because that'll lessen rank, that'll lower rank if you miss any one-ups. And try not to graze too much. There has been a new rank route developed just recently, actually, I think within the last month or so. That makes so that the first Hikaruko fight, which is one of the mid boss fights in stage 4, makes so that fight's a little bit easier, but I don't know if it'll be shown off here. Both players are on orange now.
All right, I think that should fix it. Yes, so the big cheese about the LS is that the rank manip meta has been kind of flipped turned upside down in the last month or so. The details are still slightly hazy. There is a guide right now on the Domaku wiki, but basically through some different manips, you can now get a reasonably consistent Hikariko, but we'll probably see more of these demonstrations on the final match, perhaps.
Yeah, so far it doesn't seem like either of them are doing the new route, which is okay. I saw Chair, hope that's okay. Calm Chair. They had opted to the timeout Orange's final, which is the older and more well-known route. That's unfortunate. Which is the older and more well-known route. But now we, as part of the new route, we wait a little bit and then cancel on Orange's final to get enough points to trigger a score extend just before the stage ends. Again, I don't know the specifics, but if you trigger that score extend and then have rank get lowered by getting a low enough clear bonus, it'll keep rank low enough until stage 4. You do a similar thing at the end of Kurumi, where you get enough points to trigger a score extend by canceling her final. You did see the death at stage 2, which is understandable. An annoying thing about LS that I've never really liked is that the random fodder enemies have a chance of shooting out aimed bullets whenever they want, so it's easy to get blindsided by them.
Yeah, it's funny that LS right now, and the way that people play LS right now is kind of divided into 3 different eras. There's kind of okay, there's like ancient era, there's like pre-modern era, and right now it's like we're like in the modern era. In the ancient era would be like when people didn't know rank manip strats, where most of the rank manip strats were basically rumors. The pre-modern would be basically what these guys are doing right now. When most of the runs before the current rank manip strats were more or less based off my run, because my run is the one that ended up being detailed on the wiki. It's when I labbed the game at first. So basically it's just a very raw manip strat, so where you time out everything, you don't collect any items. Of course, with the decompilation coming out and more people experimenting, we have found different ways to manip rank, different and less intuitive ways to manip rank that gets you, better numbers when you're fighting key bosses like Hikariko. That would be a modern run. But right now, we're not really seeing that, and Wade misses the power cancel, but still survives.
Okay. I saw them go. That's another. That's one of the other things people do in the old route. They power cancel Kirby's final so that not too many bullets are canceled. And then Shuriken going for the orange timeout. To get into a little more specifics, I guess. I think the way rank is tallied in this game, I think it goes from like, at least on Lunatic, it goes from a range between like 22 and 26. I think that's the number. And that's unfortunate. I think for Hikariko 1, if rank is 22 or 23, the shot she shoots at will be 6-way instead of 8-way, which is what makes it easier and is what the new route takes advantage of. But I think that only works for Hikariko 1, because by the time you reach the second encounter, it'll have increased already. But, anything helps. And it does make both fights a lot more consistent.
Oh yeah, since I forgot to detail to the viewers here on YouTube as to what the scoring system here is, every character is ranked off their abilities. So the worst characters, they score higher. So Reimu A has a base score of 100, which is the highest. Reimu B has 80, so she's the second worst character in the game, so she scores the second highest. Marissa B is 75 and Marissa A is 65. Marissa A is by far and large the best character in the game, so she scores the least in this category because she can more easily avoid misses. Of course, Dwayne here has missed to the stage 3 mid boss, so he's at 45 because every miss deducts 20 points.
Marissa, oh my god! Okay, Marissa A is very good. Her DPS is a lot better than the other characters. She's easier to use.
Yeah, Marissa is kind of bonkers as far as DPS is concerned. She's like even better than... If you've played the Windows game, she's probably even more DPS than Marissa Wolf in Wubauk. And that's a pretty big standard to live up to.
Yeah, she's ridiculous.
And here we have Ellie, a very complicated fight behind the scenes to sum up in the best way as possible. And I know that every time I sum this up on like TRS, this is basically the Touhou equivalent to the bus explanation in Super Mario Brothers speedruns. It's like basically this well, they manip this wrong. Oh my god! All right.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Yeah, so, go on.
Ellie has an internal timer here where she determines what her next attack is. And basically, you're trying to kill her at certain phases so you avoid the harder attacks, because some of her hardest attacks are almost impossible. Dwayne actually got one of them, but he just about survived.
Fight. That was crazy.
Yeah, Dwayne is 1 miss into 4, which is not optimal, but we'll see how they do.
Yeah, so top to Summer that least sucks. I mean, she's learnable, but she could be annoying, especially with characters who don't have as high DPS as Mercedes. The thresholds and the timing for when you have to kill her to avoid her her harder attacks is very strict, or it can be. So for Dwayne, we're coming up to the first Rico fight in a second.
Yeah, let's see how this goes. Old Hikariko, and this is a reasonably bad wave. Nice. Very cool.
That was crazy. Jesus Christ. Didn't okay. Um, generally people wait until there's not many bullets on screen to kill her there. That's okay. And then there's this section before the second Hikuriko fight, which also sucks.
Oh, he died on the
Yeah, that's
static
why.
boss sauce. That's very unfortunate.
That's okay. Yeah. And then the random ones here. Ideally, you want to stay on the left side of the screen in preparation for, oh my god. For Hikuriko, but holy shit.
We can just say that the death was for rank manip.
Yep. That's, oh my god. Yep.
This is how you die on this. Oh
I mean,
my
great
god.
dodging on... Holy shit.
Okay. You
I mean,
can...
he tapped both.
Okay, the
Tapped
context
both,
here.
So, I mean, I can't really say anything.
The Wade has literally
Yeah.
just been learning this category. In fact, he was still learning it right before the stream, which is kind of insane, but okay.
And then Chair's coming up on Ellie now, too. The rest of stage 4 isn't too crazy, thankfully.
Has three-legged chair died? I think they have, right?
I think so. I'll be honest, I might have missed it, but I think so.
Yeah, I think they must have died because I don't think you're supposed to have just 3 lives at this point in the game.
Yeah, I'm just looking at their miscount.
It would be really good if we had the miss counter in this game, just like we have in Windows nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, there's more attention on PC 98 now, at least. So I don't know, maybe eventually. I guess something to know, which is something probably everyone knows by now, but both characters fight different stage 4 bosses, that being either Reimu or Marissa, depending on who you're playing as. Reimu's the more consistent of the two.
Insane, Jesus Christ, there. Insane zipper dodge. Yeah, Rainbow's far more consistent. Marissa's kind of slop.
I know the zipper dodges so far have been pretty sick, actually. There's gonna be another one here because of the
Jesus
because of the way he
Christ.
timed it down. Yeah, that's what happened. Okay, so
All right, my God, I didn't even have time to fill out.
Okay, Reimu's a fun fight. There's not too much RNG. I mean, there is, but most of it's just dodging and reaction based. She's pretty fun. But you can get consistent at her if you practice.
Yeah, I had a... Oh no.
That sucks. Those yin yangs are static, so you can memorize. Oh god. You can memorize their positions.
Wait,
so you don't have to worry about them too much. You just focus on
they died again?
the other bullets. Yeah, they died twice.
Well,
to Reimu.
This run doesn't score anymore then. I mean, it's still worth more than a DNF, but still.
Yeah. That's alright.
Of course, this year the RTF categories have very little reset time, so yeah, you don't have a lot of time to waste, and three-legged chair dies, and his run doesn't score anymore either. Reset.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, there's the reset. That's okay. I'll at least get to see how stage 5 plays out in the meantime.
Yeah, stage 5 is a massive intro to rings, which is one of the hardest things ever developed by humankind.
Agreed. I've been stuck on. Oh my god, please. I've been stuck on rings for so long now.
Okay, so we're almost there to 2 rings. Dwade's stream doesn't seem to have any sound, so we're gonna have to listen to stage 1 instead.
It's okay. This is the better stage 1 theme anyway.
I like the Marissa stage 1. Alright, here we go.
See?
Yeah, that's a
Okay.
game over. Ow. And no continues.
Not bad. I mean, rings is hard. That was on lower rank too. On higher rank, the thing with rank in this game is that it not only affects bullet speed, but bullet density as well. I believe on higher rank it's a little more dense. It's definitely faster.
Oh yeah, we have to explain the quirk of game overing in this game. If you game over, it's automatically DNF because you can't finish
Oh
the
yeah,
final boss.
forgot Zoom did that. Yeah, it's true. The run ended stage 5.
Yeah, and if you're on stage 6 and game over, the run also just ends.
Automatically, you don't even have to quit out. That just stops. Similar to the IN, I guess, in that regard.
Yeah, it's kind of like IN in that sense, yeah, because if you continue, the game just boots you out immediately. Okay, 41 minutes left, so again, very short game, but all survival categories that aren't Len'en 1 in this year will have just 1 hour of reset timer.
How much does Len'en 1 have?
Len'en 1 is 90 minutes.
God. Alright.
Yeah, T over here is gonna play Len'en 1.
So screwed. I'd rather LLS any day, because LLS at least is very learnable. Like, most of this you can route and get consistent at, outside of the big 3 moments. Len'en, ridiculous otherwise. So going back into orange now. The random pellets. For the aimed bullets in this, you really have to play like as if they're constantly in a perpetual state of shooting at you, because otherwise you can get keep shotted very easily if you move around too recklessly.
Yeah, you can just get sucker punched at literally any second when there's an enemy on the screen. So you have to play. You just have to keep social distancing from them.
That's annoying. Again, you learn it.
And before anybody on YouTube complains, please understand it's not my mouse on three-legged chair screen.
Oh, I didn't even notice the mouse. That's crazy.
That's not my mouse. Please understand.
So going for the timeout. Oh, both of them are going for it now. If you're going for the timeout, as soon as the boss explodes, you have iframes, so you don't have to worry about dodging anything anymore. Which isn't really ever applicable, but something worth noting.
Yeah, so speaking of getting sucker punched by the enemies, stage 2 bizarrely ends up being one of the harder stages in this game just based off of that because you have these evil Sega Saturn logos that they pop out of the ground and then they try to kamikaze you, which would not be a big
Oh yeah.
deal were it not for the fact that they can randomly just shoot an aimed bullet. So if you're anywhere near their vicinity, they can just sucker punch you at any second and then you die
Oh yeah.
immediately.
The the difficulty compared to like even just hard to Lunatic for stage 2 in specific is kind of night and day, just because of that property. Because that only applies on Lunatic. On lower difficulties, enemies don't do that. So a lot of these enemies actually just don't shoot anything.
Yeah, it is undeniably funny because most enemies in this game don't actually shoot literally anything. They're just there for you to shoot down. Except on Lunatic, where each and every single one of them fires.
Even Kurumi.
Yeah,
I don't know
even
if that's
Kurumi.
another weird quirk that I never understand. I never understood. She shows up on the screen before the fight starts, and because of that, I guess she just has the chance to shoot aimed bullets every so often before the fight even starts.
Yeah. You can actually kind of tell the sleight of hand here because if you look really closely there, you see that her sprite actually doubles there for a second. Like, Zun places a different Kurumi sprite behind the current one. So it's a funny sleight of hand that he does. It's hard to tell here because the streams are so low res because both of them are streaming off Discord at the same time.
Yeah, I didn't notice. I didn't know that actually.
Yeah, next time just look. You can see a different Kurumi below the one. Oh my god, the rings are taking forever. Jesus. Wow, that was actually really solidly played there by Three-Legged Chair. Oh, that's a miss
Oof, no
there
power
to
cancel.
Dwade. Yeah, and a reset. Oh, Three-Legged Chair really taking his
Okay.
time here with this boss. Oh my god,
No,
that's
usually you don't
another
want to.
victim.
You can't. Yeah, you don't want to. You don't want to be on her final for very long. It's not particularly difficult, but just because of the way it works, it's a bunch of aimed bullets in conjunction with those rice bullet walls that she can just shoot out. So sometimes it can blindside you. The old route was to get a power cancel during that. I think I said it already. But it was to get a power cancel during that, so that you the bullet cancel at the end of the fight's lower. You don't get as much points.
Yeah.
But now we do actually go for the cancel.
If you actually time out the power cancel correctly, you can literally not have to dodge a single bullet. But nowadays, yeah,
Yeah,
the
and
route's a little different.
yeah, they used to do that as Marissa because of her DPS. But other shot types took advantage of that as well.
Okay, Three-Legged
And
Chair
so you
goes
could
for the full
see,
manip
yeah,
here, but then they stream, which is interesting. Anyway, sorry.
yeah. Well, the streaming will it'll mostly affect just the clear bonus at the end. I don't think, unlike Seiho, I don't think streaming in this game does anything specifically like directly in terms of rank. Yeah, but as I was saying, you saw him drop the one up there. I think it's oh my god, if I can remember the exact number. I think dropping resource items. I think for one-ups in specific, it drops rank by 3, and bombs drop rank by 2 if you let them fall off the screen. So that's something we take advantage of. I'm of the opinion that the rank manip route in this game makes this game a lot more interesting survival-wise than it would be otherwise. But I guess for people who are learning it, sometimes it could be a little bit daunting because you don't really play any other Soho game like you play this one. At least optimally.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I know that some people were like, oh, I know their rank manip strats in under shmups. That doesn't sound very fun, so I don't think LLS would be very fun. In my opinion, you are correct in that most rank manip strats are lame. But the fact that this is the one Touhou game where rank manip strats are king, and you have to do, literally take that into account for everything, it does kind of make it more interesting. This would be a somewhat spiceless game if it didn't have rank manip. I feel rank manip does mean there's like an overarching strategy that you have to take into account with every decision you make.
Yeah, it's not super like in depth. Well, I mean, like, it is, but like it's not a too complex once you learn it. It's just the process of learning it, I guess. But if you use the Denmaku wiki, I mean, or if you just have people who help you, you can. It's not as jarring as it might seem from the outset. These sides are awful. They block your shots, and as far as I'm aware, they don't aim directly at you. They aim like in your general position, which makes getting blindsided by the scythe very easy. Especially because she always shoots it out during her patterns.
Yeah, so the way the scythe aiming works, and I say works with massive generosity in air quotes, is that she does technically aim straight at you at the start. Why are they always fighting the zipper? Oh my goodness, they're like, they prefer just learning to dodge it instead of learning to avoid it. Okay, so the way that this,
You're only cheating yourself if you don't.
oh my god, again. This isn't the most reliable way to play this fight, one might say.
The power cancel would have been crazy.
Again.
Oh my god, please stop. Stop.
Oh my god, I didn't even have time to update the first time. My god, it keeps happening.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay, cool.
God, I'm on the edge of my seat.
Impossible
Jesus.
There we go. There we go. Yeah. That pattern sucks. That pattern you definitely want to avoid. And again, just because of the way Ellie works, you can if you know when to. What the hell was that? Okay, you can learn. Oh, as soon as Kurumi's fight starts.
The Matrix. He almost got stoned in the face.
That's crazy. That was some stocky as shit. That was insane.
We were just having trouble actually speaking because stuff keeps happening. What were you saying?
I don't even remember. I was saying something about Ellie. that took all my focus. That took all my attention away. It's a reset.
Okay, I was trying to explain how her scythe works. Alright, so the way it works is that she does technically fire it straight at your direction. But she calculates the... Oh my god, look at this fucking Hikaruko, and he survives!
We're getting good dodges from Hikaruko so far.
Yeah, so she fires it straight at your direction, but the angle is calculated right as she's about to toss it. What the hell is happening in this game? They died to the ass lightning bolts, like it's POV of ass fairies. This one doesn't score anymore. Alright, again. Ellie fires straight at your direction, but she calculates it before she actually throws it, and if you recall, she does have a really long throwing animation, which means that if she tosses or thrashes around before she throws it, she will actually, like, if she fires at a 45-degree angle, she calculates like a 45-degree angle, she will still toss it at a 45-degree angle, even if she's at the other side of the screen now, so... She's firing where you think you're supposed to be, which isn't where you are anymore, which is why it sometimes doesn't seem like it's aimed.
That's very annoying.
Yeah, she has like a big sweeping motion because Ellie's on rails. She kind of just does the same thing every time, where she just floats around in the same route every time. And one of the movements she does is where she's on the left and then she sweeps all the way to the right. And if she does that and she throws the scythe at you, that will desync the scythe the most as far as its aiming is concerned.
Yeah, that is true. Her movement is static. From what I understand, I think it's completely static. Uh, but I'm not 100% certain on that. But you can more or less sort of route her movement alongside when she does her phase transitions and what patterns she does. I guess mechanically speaking, she might be the most complicated fight in the game.
Oh god. Yeah. Ellie is bizarrely complicated, and she might unironically be one of the most complicated boss fights mechanically, maybe in the whole series, frankly, because her movement is static, but it's static in a strange manner, and of course, she has the counter thing, which dictates her next move, and you have to manipulate that in a very specific manner. Again, very odd fight. She starts with the first survival in the series ever, or two. Very oddly influential boss.
And please follow Orange. Don't let her shoot too much here.
Immediate orange death. We hate oranges.
Killing her before she shoots anything is sick. I guess I can. The clear bonus there that you see on Dwade's screen, the the number that matters in terms of rank is that number at the bottom that says clear bonus, and it's tallied based on all the other metrics you see that pop up on the screen there. Um, the most important thing is that you don't want, if you're going for rank manip strats, you don't want the clear bonus to exceed, I think it's 100,000, because if it's 100,000, you'll still, God, what are the ranges? I think if the clear bonus is below 100,000, rank gets lowered by 2. If it's below 200,000, it gets lowered by 1. I think above that, it stays the same, and then above certain values, the rank will go up. So for rank manip strats, you want to make sure that it's below 100,000. And the easiest way to do that is to just not collect point items. Because if you have, I think it multiplies the score by the point items near the end. So if you've collected no point items, the clear bonus will always be 0.
Okay, would like to point out the fact that we are 26 minutes remaining and there are no runs on the board, so it would be not unlikely that they would have to do a tiebreaker credit if they run out of time and they don't have even a single run.
We'll see. I don't know if Chairs played the game before, but going for Reimu is kind of ballsy. I say if you're getting into LLS, Marissa A is definitely the easiest way to. That's unfortunate. It's definitely the easiest way to ease yourself in for the game. So a lot of the strats and the speed kills you have to do are much easier as her. Whereas with other characters, they're definitely a lot more complex, and you have to spend a bit of extra time learning how to use them properly and optimize their damage, especially for fights like Yuka in stages 5 and 6. No, we haven't seen them yet. Yeah, so you'll see the clear bonus there is 0, but that's also because they timed out the Orange's final. For whatever reason, in both this game and MS, if you time out the boss's final pattern, you get a score multiplier of 0, so you just don't get a clear bonus. But they also didn't. He also didn't collect any point items, so he would have gotten 0 regardless.
Yeah, so we're seeing a lot of the early game here. We technically haven't even seen a stage 6, and we've only seen stage 5 once, and it was already on a dead run.
I haven't even seen Marissa yet. I wanna see how Marissa goes. Marissa, I'm not too familiar of a fight
What
with.
the hell?
Sick. I'm not too familiar with Marissa as a boss fight. Um, she follows the general trend of Soyo, Marissa, and Stay Home Marissa, where her fight sucks and is a lot of RNG.
Yeah. If you're
Kind of flip
following
flop back.
SOW as an example, of course it's gonna suck.
Of course, it's yeah. Well, every Marissa fight pre IN sucks in my opinion. None of them are all that fun. I kind of flip flop back and forth whether or not I dislike this one more than Soyo's or not. Um, I think objectively, quote unquote, objectively speaking, I think this fight's more mechanically sound. Just as a byproduct of it being LLS and not Soyo, but can't say I'm a fan. So for Orange's panel, she enters like a sort of rage phase once her health bar reaches its like a oh my god, it's red part. And when that happens, her pattern gets very dense. And she shoots a lot of bullets, and you can counteract that by just following her. Because, especially as Marissa A, because if you follow Orange throughout that entire pattern, those dense bullets will never really reach you. But if you let it shoot for too long, then it can kill you too easily. So you kind of have to be aggressive.
We're back on stage 1 again, which is worrying. 22 minutes remaining, basically. One full
Okay. I
run.
mean, I've been there. Can't really fault them too much. You really do have to like learn and get accustomed to how LLS works. I think it's similar to So-Ew in a way where because this game kind of plays differently. If you're playing optimally, at least survival wise, it plays differently to like almost any other game in the series because you don't really do rank manip in this game like you do even in like USD or MS because it's not really all that useful in either of those games. You kind of have to learn the specifics of this game because the rank manip strats in this game aren't really applicable to any other game. So it's a bit of a learning curve in that regard.
Okay, I think either of them should realize that at this point, if you finish a run and the other doesn't, that already gets you qualified. That's a viable strat at this point.
Pretty much.
If anything, it feels like they cranked up the resets even harder now that the timer is almost done.
Yeah, it's not really worth it. Just play and get a run, at least.
Yeah, I do not think that would be worth it either, but and they're also dying on very similar spots, so they are almost always in the same stage together as well.
That's true. A lot of it, again, getting accidental deaths in stage 2, which is where I see a lot of them so far. It's easy to die here. You aren't fighting very like carefully.
Yeah, like The way Daryl was playing a very risky game, streaming into one of the kamikaze enemies, that's very risky.
I mean, no matter how close you are to them, as long as you're more or less streaming them like perpendicularly, and you're always moving, you won't get hit. But still, ideally, you want to route it in such a way that you aren't having to dodge in between any of the enemies or get close to any of them. Unfortunately, the second half of stage 2 is a bit more RNG reliant in that regard, because the way the enemies move and the way the positions in which they spawn are random. They're like entirely random. So you just have to react as it goes on, and adjust accordingly. And then these rings get more and more dense as the stage progresses, with the final 2 waves being the hardest. Yeah, these 2 right here.
Wait, hold on. Three-legged chair has finally moved their mouse off the screen. Now you know they're locked in.
It's unfortunate. It was keeping me grounded. The late Kurumi bullet. If Kurumi shoots at her one aimed bullet fast enough, she'll shoot out another.
Yeah, she fires the aim bullet immediately. She will fire a second one. Yeah, again, very funny.
This Kurumi pattern is probably her hardest. If you follow her, it dies pretty quickly, though.
Yeah. Well, one of the biggest optimizations of the pre-modern era is just the fact that you can use Marissa A. If you did it wrong again. Oh my god. Okay,
yeah, cool.
Survived. If you one of the biggest things we found out is that this game does not limit your damage if you hit your shots at different frames. So if you stand at certain distances from a boss in PC98, you actually deal way more damage, and Marissa is a big beneficiary of that.
Funnily enough, that property is why Reimu struggles a lot in MS, and I think Reimu A also kind of struggles with that in this game as well.
Yeah, and that Reimu A in this game, I think she has a oh my god, she fires a ton of bullets, and every single one of them hits on the same frame, which is why she deals so little damage. And of course, that's what the Cyan Reimu exploit in Mystic Square is, because if you put her power in Cyan specifically, then instead of each shot hitting on the same frame, all of them hit on separate frames, and that almost doubles her damage.
Alternatively, in this game, if you move Reimu in such a way so that only her aimed shots are hitting the boss, for whatever reason, it does almost as much damage as it would if you were shotgunning.
Yeah. It's so funny the way, and of course I always like to point this out because some people will hear this and go, haha, isn't PC98 coded weirdly and quirkily? Well, apparently this exact damage logic lived into Touhou as far as IN.
It doesn't really surprise me, especially in EOSD's case. I've always just said this is a PC98 game disguised as a Windows game.
Pretty much, yeah. But I mean, it's still in IN, the same damage logic.
Yeah, I mean, well, a lot of this coding kind of that changed POV onwards. I guess it makes sense.
Apparently, the ghost of Cyan Reimu still lives in PCB Reimu A, where if she stands on very specific vertical distances from the bosses, she will also hit all her shots on different frames and also double her damage. I heard that rumor before.
That I haven't heard of before, but I wouldn't be surprised. To Ellie I noticed they're avoiding power items, which is interesting. I think Marissa A has like a weird sort of power property in this game where like yellow power is actually pretty strong. but I haven't really. I'm not. I don't know that too much. I've always gotten her to full power.
I think the only difference between yellow power and full power is that the lasers last twice as long on full power. The rest is all the same. What the hell,
Oh.
Dwayne? Just forgot to dodge it. What the hell?
Not like this. Not like this.
Dude.
Not like this, please. Please. Thank you.
Keep everyone's chain missing when they die.
Every time I see Ellie's boss fight starts, I get like instinctually anxious. Like this fight sucks.
What the hell is this, man? Nobody's manipping Ellie today.
I mean, oh, it's okay. It's dodgeable. It's dodgeable. Exactly.
It's a free miss Ellie. 3 into a 4 is suboptimal, some would say. It's not recommended for your health. Okay, that's a
Okay.
Jesus.
Yeah, Ellie's rank is really high right now in Share's End.
Imagine being forced into doing LLS max rank. This game would be slightly unhinged and okay, LLS max rank and you cannot manip Ellie, so you have to always fight her like this. That would be
awful.
horrible.
I don't think anyone's ever done a max rank Len'en of this game before. You? But because like people started LNNing this game once rank manips were being discovered, which I more or less know because I was around. That was crazy. I was around when LS strats were being developed, and I think at the time the best anyone had was like a 4 miss or a 2 miss.
This game, without a very specific route and without rank manip, is just straight up unhinged, frankly.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think people get a Gyoku, the first Seiho game, for having unhinged rank properties, and it does. But I'd say it's worse in this game.
The one trooper, the one little fairy lair. Oh, look at the one little fairy on 3-legged chairs. She survived. And wait, game overs again. I literally set the target to finish because anyone who finishes at this point just wins.
Very good Hikariko dodging so far, I will say. I don't want to jinx it, but I mean, it's been pretty good so far.
Of all the strange things happening this match, it's odd that Hikariko has been one of the most consistent things so far.
For real. Yeah, you really need like a solid route for these pinwheel enemies, at least for this first half. Their spawns are static. The second half you kind of have to improvise.
Yeah. Second half is random. Okay, This is a really bad wave. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a borderline undodgeable with PC98 mechanics.
Ideally for second Hikariko, when you're dodging those pinwheel enemies, you want to make it so that it... Oh, shit.
The rare second one! I forgot to update, but yeah, again, this one doesn't score, but just finish. If you finish, that's better than DNF.
Okay. Yeah, okay, good choice to pick up the 1-up at this point. What was I saying? You want to do it so that you're... oh god. The second pinwheel section, you want to do it in such a way that ideally you're at the bottom left side of the screen as a Hikariko spawns in. At least that way you can stream her pattern, quote unquote stream her pattern to the right. The thing with her pattern is that it's the bulk of the pattern is aimed towards where your position is. None of the bullets themselves are aimed directly at you, but the general pattern itself is. So if you stream it from one end of the screen to the other, then ideally it'll be a little less dense once you reach the corner of the screen, thus making it a bit easier.
I think the way this figuring out that maybe learning this game one this is like literally studying to a test 1 hour before the test.
Again, well,
You did the Touhou equivalent to that.
it's you got to give yourself time to learn. You really got to give yourself time to learn the game first. Oh. Yep.
Okay, well, no lives going into Marissa is also not recommended. This
At
is
least we'll
gonna
see
game over,
Marissa.
isn't it? Oh, here's
Marissa's-
Marissa. You wanted to see her.
Yeah, so
I don't think you'll see her
always
for
start with
long,
that
but
attack.
still.
Again, similar to yeah, this is aimed.
Ah!
This is static-ish, I think.
We
Yeah,
saw
and then there you go.
basically nothing. Oh no. Okay, the target is literally set to
That looks so
finish.
real.
Please just finish.
Yeah, at this point, I wouldn't say it's worth doing rank minute. More so, just go for LMD. It's not easy.
Okay, a three-legged chair. If you're listening in, you're both tied. Anyone who finishes that run at this point wins. Just finish something. They saying something on Discord. Doesn't seem like it. They're not saying something. Maybe they're just taking a break. Maybe we don't have much time for one. Yeah, we briefly got Zun showing us how Hikariko is done, or at least the hard one. Okay, there they are. Okay, dude, if you have to finish, maybe just pick Marissa.
Yeah, there's no real benefit to doing Rainbow at this point. Yeah. Just
Oh.
be a little easier.
Oh, we can say the commentators are actually coaching at this point. My God, the match is fixed.
At least we got to see a little bit of Marissa. I mean, her fight follows more or less the same properties as Stoyo. They're different patterns, obviously, but the way it's structured is pretty much the same. Where she has an assortment of different patterns that she can use at random. The patterns she can use depends on whether or not her orbs are out. Then if you kill her patterns early, she will counter with a at least I think so. She'll counter with a specific pattern, like non-orb pattern based on the one she was just shooting. Although I don't think they're as egregious in this game as they are in Soyo. In Soyo, if you kill certain patterns too early, and trigger whatever counter pattern she does, you're just dead.
This is not tie break yet, but it might as well be. There's 4 minutes remaining. And if you can't reset, then it's just down to miscount. And if they both game over, then it's just down to whoever made it the farthest.
It'd be nice to see Yuka. I don't even think we've seen Yuka yet.
Oh yeah, we haven't seen either Yuka. Earlier I said we haven't seen Yuka 2. We haven't even seen Yuka 1.
I know someone One of them, I think it was there. They made it to rings, but I don't think they made it past.
Yeah, they did not. They died on rings. It was game over to rings. Thanks, BTIC.
Unfortunate. There you go. Quick reset. That might be the last one. I don't think you'll get another one after that.
Dude, there's like literally no time to lose, dude. What the fuck? Yeah, okay, so Chair is on stage 2. That's my reference. Chair is on stage 2. Thankfully, we're not missing much because they're both on early game, but still. Okay, 2 minutes.
Yeah, most likely this will be the last run. Just whoever makes it furthest on their credits, on their respective credits, qualify.
I really hope, if nothing else, that this shows them that maybe aggressively resetting here isn't the best.
Yeah. I mean, especially if you're just going for Len'en, just keep going. At least that way you'll see and get the practice. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's
More
that
of late
one
game.
miss.
Is there time for a reset for that? I don't know if it's worth it,
There's
but
still a little bit of time.
it's probably not. Just going.
Yeah, if the time runs out, I'll just okay. There, okay,
Oh,
maybe you can.
Oh my god.
Okay,
Oh my God.
there's you have 40 seconds to decide if you want to reset or not. Because if this goes to tiebreak, which it will at this point, it's literally just tiebreak. Okay, no reset, so they're banking on this 2 miss already to stage 2. And the target right now is just
Ideally, I
finish.
wouldn't even really. Yeah. I don't even know if it's worth necessarily doing rank minute at this point. We just go for the score extent.
Yeah, that's
We'll go
final
on
run,
stage
so no more
4
resets and tiebreak now. Yeah, final run, free leg chair. You can't reset anymore, sorry. Yeah, it's a tiebreak. Whoever finishes wins.
Going into the stage 3 mid boss.
Aye, aye, aye.
Good. Good, good. Yeah, Marissa, you can do that. It's fine.
I haven't seen that in for. I don't think most advanced players have seen a speed kill on the mid boss that fast since they were doing 1CCs. I actually forgot about it.
Yeah. Because otherwise, you just you wait a few patterns to have the bullet cancel to when there's no bullets on screen. But Marissa A can pretty easily speed kill it. I guess an interesting to note about the mid boss, the stage 3 mid boss. For some reason, the first pattern it does is random, but afterwards, the rest of the fight's static in terms of what pattern they decide to use.
Miss, you can reset. No, if you reset, it's just game over. Ay, 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 ay.
Oh my god.
There's literally no point in having score anymore. It's just miscount. Ay,
Back to
ay,
Ellie
ay.
now.
There's no point in doing rank manip either, maybe. Just finish. Get to the end. See Yuka too. Okay, that's not what I expected to
What?
see ever.
What killed?
I think it was the scythe.
You.
Okay, that was the start of stage. What? What the hell?
I say, listen, stage 3 is pretty underrated, to be honest. But I think that this serve as a PSA to practice stage 3 and LE, please. If you're gonna go for LNB, learn these two. Funnily enough, with Marissa A, because of her shot power and the way the fight is structured, generally if you're just aggressive with the way you shoot down Ellie, yeah, see, it just sort of lines up perfectly.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
God.
just stall out one of the first attacks and the rest just falls out perfectly, yeah.
Well, with the other shots, you have to be a bit more deliberate, and when you shoot her down, if you want to manip the phase transition. This is another reason why Marissa A is it's probably the best shot. You don't really have to think about Ellie all too much instead of just shooting her down.
Is Dwayne 2 or 3 miss? Because they died on the start of stage 3 and then their stream choked. I don't know if they died a second time.
I think he died at stage 2.
They died on stage 2, yeah, but I don't know if they... Is it 2 or 3 miss? Their stream choked just as stage 3 started, so I don't know if they died twice.
Don't remember.
4 miss for
Unfortunate.
3-legged chair.
Unfortunate.
And that's a miss to Dwayne as well, so... I think technically 3-legged chair is ahead. This is oddly tense considering this is... None of these are gonna end up low miss. No, oh my god, on the final blow of Hikaruko, and this is a game over chance here because we're on final life. At least this Hikaruko drops a life.
This one dropped the life, and they're close to the 15 mil extend at least. That was a crazy zipper dodge. Holy shit.
Why are they all doing zipper? Please, just manip Ellie. This is not even. Oh my god, the scythe.
Getting boxed in by the by the white pellets.
God, this is 5 and 4.
These pellets are aimed, by the way.
Yeah.
For future reference. Those are aimed. Okay. Both are going. Both have 1 life.
Again, bizarrely tense match at this point, I'll be honest, because this isn't even low miss anymore, so we actually see them trading blows.
Yeah, I mean, chair's close to the score extent.
Oh my god, Wade, what do you mean? Oh, this is actually just completely game over pace at this point. Oh no. It's all down to Hikaruko now.
Okay, low rank Hikaruko at least. This is what it looks like on low rank. It's well, it's not really super low.
Ay.
Oh, that was crazy.
No! No! Wade loses.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Dodging Hikaruko directly under was sick though. I haven't seen anyone do that in a while.
Well, it's over. Three-legged chair wins.
Oh, why'd you do that?
Oh.
Yeah, chair won.
We get to see the stream twice. Look, how trippy.
That might be death. Nope. The pellets were nice. That was an awful wave.
Nice extend. I think we saw a case where Dwayne might have. Why do you die to the streaming? I think we saw a case of Dwayne maybe kind of underrating how difficult this game would have been.
Yeah, you really gotta. That's a death.
What?
Nope. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Okay. Another thing, yeah, LLS is pretty difficult on the onset. Once you start to learn the game, it gets more manageable, especially if you're letting yourself go for lives. You can actually get quite a bit of extends in this game. Like if you're just playing casually, then generally you're it gives you like 10 in total, like about 10 extends. If you're doing rank manip, oh my god, I'm not sure if you will quite reach that number. I think you get about like 7 lives instead. But just for 1cc'ing, this game's 1cc. This game's it's one of the easier ones actually. If you're letting yourself bomb.
The bombs in this game are plentiful and they're very strong. By the way, no lives for rings.
Oh yeah, no lives for rings. They're not going to get the score extend. It's too far off. The extends are at what is it? It's 3 mil, 8 mil, 15 mil, 22 mil, and then 30. Off the top of my head. So the next one would be at 22, which I'm not going to reach.
I cannot track the misses anymore, but it doesn't matter anymore either. Okay, so we are going to see rings. Second time we're seeing rings.
I believe.
I want to believe. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Oh well,
damn. Okay.
it's over.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Yuka Eraser.
Yeah, so it's DNF rings
Damn.
and DNF Kariko 1. That's the final result here. I cannot say I expected literally any of this. Damn DNF. Yeah, I cannot say I expected literally any of this. I didn't expect the result, and I didn't expect the DNFs for both. And didn't expect tiebreak. Didn't expect this is how it would tiebreak. Well, that was strange.
And here, I mean, good effort. There was good dodging. Surprisingly, the I would say the biggest thing to take away from this was the Hikariko attempts. For the most part, they were pretty solid all around for being one of the big three RNG checks of LLS.
Let me see if they want an interview. A very brief one because I have to leave immediately after this. Let me see if they want one. What did you think of this very strange match?
Uh, I mean, it just kind of goes to show how weird LLS is in general. I mean, I won't deny it's a weird game. Um, if you're learning how to play it optimally,
Mhm.
because even just disregarding the okay, they want an interview. Even just disregarding the harder sections in stage 4 and 5, like the rest of the game can pretty easily kill you if you aren't like really used to how the stages are sort of routed and how they progress. And Ellie especially, I think Ellie's like a pretty underrated aspect of the game. Not many people mention her when it comes to the more difficult aspects of LLS, but she's definitely if you don't know what you're doing, like to a specific degree on her, she can pretty easily shave off lives.
Absolutely, she's very hard. But yeah, let's interview the players real quick then. Oh, hello, guys.
Hello.
All right, so Chair, you start. What do you think of this result, and what do you think of how you achieved this result?
I think I totally expected this to happen because before any of these started, I didn't have much time and I didn't spend enough effort into practicing anything because I have to deal with like exams and school stuff over here, and since I've just got qualified into a university,
Congratulations. It's
I
far
have
more
to do a
important than
lot of like
RTF.
paperwork and stuff. Oh, thank you. So yeah, the upcoming days are going to be pretty difficult for me. Preparing all that stuff, but I'll see what I can do. But all in all, this has been very fun for me, even though I couldn't do anything.
Right, when Dwayne, what do you feel? You were literally learning this game the hour before the match, so explain that.
That's impressive.
So yeah, I just sign up for fun, like I yeah, because I mean I saw that I will learn later, like, and they're like qualifier, and like, oh, so there are like 5 days left, and I'm like I saw that I thought that I will I will learn it in the day when qualifier was left, but but I was procrastinating all the day and just like 3 hours left or something like that, I started learning, and so yeah, so this was I learned all of this just like in 3 hours. Oh,
Hey,
I
you
never
managed to
played
learn a lot, but I think you kind
Yeah.
of underrated the difficulty of the game a little bit. If you did you expect this to work, or were
Yeah,
you just having fun?
yeah, I'm just having fun. I mean, I was expecting to not. I mean, I'm
Yeah, I
pretty
mean,
happy that
to be honest,
how far I got with 3 hours of
yeah, for
practicing.
just 3 hours of practice, yeah, it's not bad
Yeah,
actually.
yeah. I never played Lunatic of LS. Like, I just played. Only logic
Jesus
I
Christ.
played is Mystic Square and Soif. This is only logic I played. Other I played or only on hard or normal. So yeah.
It's very interesting. Maybe it was an interesting match in a funny sort of way. This match was very interesting, and the tiebreak was very tense. But yeah, it's sad that we didn't even get to see Yuka, which is funny.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah.
We saw Yuka from neither.
It's been a while since I last played in Touhou, so I could probably say that my skills went down the drain.
Well, you
Almost.
dodged Hikarico very well for someone whose skills went down the drain. Come on.
Thank you, but
Yeah, I mean both of you really.
Well, any
I
last
think I'll
words
save
here
it.
then? What well, Chair, I assume you will practice more for the real match, which the real match, spoilers by the way, might just already be next week.
Jesus Christ.
I think I'll see about that. But my whole intention for this is just to get some fun out of it. I just want to have fun. So I don't expect to go. I don't expect to go that far.
All right.
Especially.
Well, we have to say our final goodbyes then. Congratulations on your very your match that was interesting in an interesting manner, for lack of better words. Final words then.
I guess we will meet in other categories like SOIF or MS.
Of
I
course,
hope.
yeah.
I hope. I hope.
Indeed.
Kawasaki.
Kawasaki. Yeah. Well then, we will see everyone in the next qualifier match very soon. Goodbye.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Bye.
But
Bye.